Hi, I'm Tyler Locker, driver of the number 418 Blood Eagle four-cylinder.
And I'm Cale Maben, driver of the number 17 Legend Car. And now you're listening to the Blood Eagle Racing Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Welcome back for another episode of the Blood Eagle podcast. I'm here with my buddy Kel Maven. Kel, what's going on?
Not much. What's going on?
Another day, another dollar, even though I didn't work today. That's how it is.
That's right. That's right. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
For sure, for sure. But I know you were pretty busy this weekend. You were out in a motorhome driving around.
Yeah, man. We went up to Mansfield, Ohio this weekend to the Miss Ohio pageant. And we was up there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we came back to on Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
How'd you do?
well, I wasn't. Oh my gosh! I wasn't in the pageant. My stepdaughter was in there, Bailey Martin, and she didn't place like she wanted to, but that's okay. Hey, she did great, and we was proud of her. And um, we she's just gonna have to work on her stuff and get ready for next year. It's only once a year, so she has a full year to get ready to do better next year.
Yeah, I know exactly what she means by not placing where you want or where you want to place. So I understand her pain. I feel it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well, I hope next year you do better, Cal, and you're able to.
Yeah. Oh
So,
my gosh.
but no, we had a.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, that sounds fun. I mean, it's different. I mean, I know you'd probably much rather be at the track and racing and stuff, but it's some. You gotta make family time and all that. So, I mean, I get it. I understand. I know this weekend up here it looked a lot like rain. I didn't think that we were going to get any racing in, and that brought a lot of different people to the track for me to race against. And honestly, throughout the whole weekend, I'm actually pretty happy and pretty stoked about what the car did when it was out there. Against the guys who I was racing against this also Friday, we lucked out big time with the rain. Tracks all around us uh, rained out. I went to Dog Hollow Speedway, and finally we got the car handling actually pretty good. Now still a little loose in the heat, but the feature we got that down. So we still got some adjustments and stuff and to do for the heat. But we ended up running out there on Friday, and I know Rob Williams, he's the SCDRA Northeast promoter. He was out there, so he travels around all different places. Actually, he was down Winchester this past weekend. We're gonna have him on the show here soon. I got
Be good.
yeah, I got to talking to him, and I'd like to have him on the show and stuff. So, but so we went out there. I started fifth in the heat. Pulled a pill 25 actually. So you actually think that wouldn't be bad? You know what I mean? Out of 50 pills, so I'm about half. And
Right.
so there was 30 cars there, 32 cars. So I'm like, oh, 25 ain't terrible. I started third row inside in heat, one or two, and we took the green, and I got to the high side quick and was able to make some passes, and I dove to the bottom and passed some pretty fast cars, and ended up getting in there with a good buddy Ashton Dolphin Ball, which I got a funny story about that. So what happened was I was in second, he was in first, and I saw him push high, so I kind of just went like a half a car down because he was so far up, and we were starting to go, and I was probably right at his door or his front wheel, and he started coming back down. Well, of course, me, I looked down, make sure I was good. Well, whenever I went to go turn down, there was another car below me, and I was stuck. And
Oh my gosh.
if I would have let up anymore, he would have came across my front end of my car, and it could have been pretty rough. But he did the right thing. Me and him got into it a little bit, and he backed off, so to avoid putting us both in the wall. And we ended up I ended up battling with a Cavalier for a while, and got second in the heat. And because whenever me and him got into it, that's whenever the Cavi got around me. But anyway, so in the feature I started fifth again, actually. So because they run them straight up there, so there was 4 heats, so they don't do no inverting. And the green flag waved once again, got to that high side, came out of 2 in second, and actually that picture you sent me, Cal,
Right.
that was coming out of 2. So by the time I got to 3, I was in second. But that was actually
Wow.
yeah, that was actually coming out of 2. All of us, we were giving each other room, but we were all right there. Yes, they were able to get 5, 6 people in that picture you sent, which I'll post that up on the Facebook page. But
That was a good picture. That's when I sent it to you. I saw it on Dog Hollow's page. I was
yeah,
like, man, that's a good picture.
that's the second week in a row that I got what would you call that? Like there's a word for it. I don't know. I've been on
Highlighted.
yeah, highlighted. Yeah, yep. Because
That's good.
that guy out there, he takes some real good pictures. And
Yeah, he does.
I was scrolling through him actually today, and he got a few other good ones of me, so I'm gonna have to get them off of him as well. But anyway, so I was in second pretty much the whole race. It was actually a special $750 to win. I probably should have started off with that, or $700 to win. And I'm in second, thinking, oh, and I'm catching first. I'm like, okay, I got this. I got this. Calm down, and we'll be all right. And started catching him, and he lifted super early, and I didn't know what he was doing, and I about ran into the back of him. So I got on the brakes. That totally messed my entry up, and he ended up pulling a few cars, and then the caution came out. Um, they did Delaware restart, so I was in second, so I was on the inside. Ended up the high line was the fastest. I got kind of stuck on the bottom. Fell in the third. Was running third there, and the caution just came out, and I went into one, and my car completely. It felt like it shut off. But here, I gotta say, I spent about $350 on a throttle body, and it's broken on me twice. I got the parts
Dang.
to replace it for the second time, and it's broke on me again. The rod that goes through to open the butterfly keeps breaking. And I talked to a bunch of different people, and they said, "Oh, you got to put a pad here. You got to make sure it ain't open the whole way." I know it wasn't because I put um, some padding underneath my gas pedal and checked it, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm pushing it so hard that I don't realize that I'm pushing it through the foam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so
Right.
really, the foam ain't doing nothing because I'm pushing so hard. So I mean, uh, so who knows? But yeah, that was Friday, and ended up making it like 12 laps and 10 laps, something like that, and breaking in third there, which actually I would have had the preferred line coming out, and I would have been all right. I would have been good. So I can't find the times for that race. I'd love to see the times, but I can't find them. But I know that I'm doing a lot of talking this podcast because you you were up there watching. Oh, you were up there in the pageant. You know.
Yeah, we not a lot of racing for me this weekend, but
Yeah.
that's
Well.
okay. I like hearing about your stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot,
Yeah. And then
as long as it's racing.
yes. Then Saturday we ended up going to Marion Center Speedway. Same thing. Everybody else canceled out. They were the only ones saying, "Nah, it's looking good, looking good." I'm telling you, actually, yesterday, or so Saturday, um, I was we scaled my car, and man, it talk about you know we'll talk about that later actually, but so we scaled my car and did all that stuff, and it was pouring. I says I ain't going nowhere. I said it's gonna be a mud fest. Well, I got home and I called one of my buddies, and he was out at the track already. I says, "Man, you're already out there?" He goes, "Yeah, dude, it hasn't really rained out here at all." So I'm like, "Well, how's the weather look?" He goes, "It looks like we're gonna race tonight." I said, "All right, I'm coming." So I ended up going loading up quick and running out there. Uh, I was actually Sean Haddon. He actually started right on the outside of me, and I was actually telling you this before we started the podcast. It was pretty cool because I just have him on a show, and like I said, watching the videos all the time watching him. And the green flag dropped. We started a second row. It dropped, and we went right on the outside of the front row, and we met each other. And it was pretty cool, pretty surreal, and me and him battled it out. And it was the heat race. My car was still a little too loose. What we tried didn't work, and um, he ended up getting me there and in the heat, and so I ended up finishing second in the heat again. And but hats off to him. His car is quick. I will say that. So, but
That
so
sounds like fun though. Racing
oh
somebody that we just had on the show.
oh yeah
That's pretty cool.
yeah it was. That's what I'm saying. Like I know Rob and all them guys, and when they all travel and they do good, and then when I'm there, and yeah, I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than it because I'm not. I can't finish a race, so it don't matter. All you gotta do is outlast me 6 laps, 7 laps. I can finish a heat race strong. I can finish a heat race strong, but I cannot go past 7 laps. And so I mean, it was nice seeing them guys out there and me being in front of them, like passing them. Do you know what I mean? Not starting in front of them and pulling. No, like I had to get around them. And
Right.
it was because those guys are quick. I mean, that's something for them to hang their hat on, and that's something for me to hang my hat on because everybody knows they're quick, and hey, I'm out there running with them guys. So,
Right.
so then the feature came. I started fifth again, believe it or not, and made it up to third, and was battling for second. And the car started cutting out a little bit because my car, like I said, around lap 7. Actually, I think it was lap 10. Started. Hey, I didn't want to finish anymore. So here's actually what I'm going to do, Cal. I'm going to run this by you and say I'm going to see what you think. Do you think I should wait until like halfway to go out?
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, so I can finish the race. I can get the checker flag. I'll sit
That's
there and
right.
line up. I'll sit there and line up. No, you guys go. You guys go. That for the first 6 or 8 or whatever. I'll be out the last. I'll be out the last 6 or 8.
How many laps are your feature?
Well, it all depends. So it's 12. Some tracks are 12. So bigger tracks
Okay.
are obviously 12. Smaller tracks, we run 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't run the heat race,
Yeah.
take those laps off, and your half of your feature, that'll put you a full feature. So
No,
start at the back of a feature, and then just get to the front, and there you go. You'll last the whole race.
yeah, that's it too. So, but yeah, so then we, like I said, I ended up cutting out, but I ended up finishing fifth with the car cutting out, but burned up another computer somehow. I don't know. I'm gonna tell everybody right now, I'm not that bad of a mechanic. I'm telling you, there's something in my garage is possessed or something. I'm gonna have to get a priest up here, or so I gotta do some voodoo or something to get rid of whatever's going on in my basement, or my basement, my garage. My garage is my basement, really. So, but there's
What about
something
what
going on.
about talking to Sean? What about talking to Sean? See if
I,
he's got some
yeah,
info that he can relay.
yeah, our cars are about the same. Me and him have talked, and actually, our cars are the same, which is pretty so it's pretty good. But I have talked to him, but what he's telling me, and what I know on the dyno, from what the dyno numbers he's getting and the dyno numbers I'm getting, when it comes to air fuel, is two different things. I'm getting told I'll burn a piston. He's getting told he's all right. So I have no idea. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to my tuner tomorrow and find out. So be the lookout for the Facebook page, or try to get a hold of Blood Eagle Racing another way, because we'll be taking donations.
Heck yeah.
So all in all, besides that computer messing up and being a real big bummer, the weekend was actually all right. It was all right. I mean,
It's heading in the right direction.
we say that every week. It's not.
I,
It's not.
I
We've
know,
been
but I mean,
saying it.
it's been better than the last few. Totaling a car and all
Yeah.
that stuff, but
Yeah. So I do.
hey,
Like I said, I don't know. We'll see, but I want to. Like I said, apologize kind of everybody. I know I'm the only one talking, but at the end of the day, next week I'm off this week, whether I had a car or not. We're offered a firecracker, and Latrobe's just having um, just like a summer break. So
yeah.
that's
So you're not racing next weekend.
I'm not racing next weekend at all. No. So next podcast you'll be doing all the talking, and I'll be sitting here listening.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's not it.
if we race, I mean, we're racing at Portsmouth next week, so
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
yeah. Well, we'll get into that here in a second, but
Yeah.
we don't have anybody um on here for the for with it being Father's Day and stuff. It's kind of hard getting people on here for the podcast because like I said we record on a Sunday, so it's a little tough. But I will. I don't even know what I was saying right there. But anyway, so we're gonna take a quick
Yeah. Yeah.
break. We're gonna take a quick. Well, here's what we're gonna go back to. We're gonna take a quick break and come back and go from there. How about that? How about I regroup because my mind
There
is
you go.
fried. Yeah, my mind's fried here. So let's do that. So yeah, we'll like I said, we're gonna take that and we'll be right back.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
And we're back. I got my mind back here with me, so we should be good there. But I know before we get into the news and stuff, everything going. Like I said, there was a SCDRA Northeast race uh, this past weekend in Virginia. So I believe that's the only time they head down to Virginia is Winchester, Virginia, down in Winchester Speedway. But anything going on around you, Kel? Was there any racing going on
Uh,
down there? I know it rained a lot.
yeah, it rained a lot, but Portsmouth Raceway Park this Saturday night had a big race. They had a big sprint car race and a late model race at the same time. And the late model race was the Charlie Swartz Classic, and Josh Bocook brought home the $5,000 on that race. And that's a pretty good deal for him because last year in 2020 he didn't get to race at all. He him and his brother, they have two cars, and they had two motors down, so they had to wait all the whole season last year to get some motors, and they got them in and started the season this year, and now they got it into victory lane. I think that was pretty cool for them. I mean, they they just had no luck the year before, and now they got their motors back, and so they they're back racing good, and so they got that $5,000 win. And then the sprint car race there at Portsmouth, the All Star Circuit of Champions, raced the Dean Niddle Memorial Race there, and Paul McMahon come down and got that check for $17,544. So that was a big payday for them guys. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
And
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
man, that's a pretty good payday for our area. You know, it's just sprint cars don't usually race there, so they come in once or twice a year, and uh, it brings out the fans because we don't have them come around to Portsmouth that much. They come to Atomic a lot, but not really to Portsmouth. So that was pretty cool. Getting to see a different type of car than what usually races there on a weekly basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a friend of mine around here in Wheelersburg, Ohio, Miles Cook, he's a 16-year-old kid. He decided to go to I-77 and I-77 Speedway, and he has two cars. He has a modified and a sport mod. And in the modified, he started fifth in the feature and finished third in the modified. Jumped out of it and got in his sport mod, and he started third in the feature, and he won it. So I thought that was a pretty good weekend for him. Running two cars at the same track and top three in both of them. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. 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 That's pretty cool. Yeah. No, well, up here, speaking of different cars running, I know Dog Hollow had those old modifieds. They're like I don't know. I'd have to send you some pictures. I don't know how. I think they're called E mods. I don't know. There's so many different
Huh.
kind of modifieds. I can't keep
Right,
track
right,
of them.
right.
So it's just like the name for a four cylinder. There's so many different names for them. I don't no, I just call them four cylinders. But they were pretty cool. They were like old like 90s, 80s kind of modifieds. I'm guessing because the body styles were like way out of style. So well, I don't know. It was pretty cool though. It was pretty cool to see them. But one thing I wanted to ask you, Kel, is I did something for the first time ever. I've never done it. I haven't done it on one of my cars because, like I said, for um, the feature time, we got a real good handling car. Something I barely even have to drive it.
Right.
I wanted to get it on the scales. So, I mean, you scale your car all the time, right?
We scale it, several times a year. Yeah.
To
I
roughly,
I, I should scale it every week, but I don't.
yeah,
But
yeah. Well, I know, for me, man, seeing what some air pressure will do, wow, absolutely insane. I know for our,
is that
I don't know,
crazy or what?
yeah, I mean, it's a difference from 20 pounds of bite to 200, you know, of bite. I mean, just going up or down on some air pressure. Yeah, absolutely insane. I did not know that just that alone could change the car. Now it's got me thinking, a bunch of different, because I had gain wise, I gain about anywhere from 3 to 5 pound in each tire, each front tire. Remember, back tires, they're just there for the ride. But front tires, I gain about 3 to 5. So yeah, it all depends on the track. But it was just crazy to see, and nowadays, in my what 9 years of racing cars, yeah, I never thought about even putting it on the scales to see. I didn't think it would help that much. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only if I knew what I know now in 2010, it'd have been a lot different back then. So it was it
Right.
was it was pretty crazy. So that's uh that's just one thing I wanted to talk about was, man, scaling the car. I mean, nowadays, I was, like I said, I went against that Rob Williams. I mean, his car's completely gutted. I mean, there's not even a floor in the dang thing. I mean, he's got tubes going everywhere. He got stuff every which way. Me, I won't do that because I don't want to ruin the integrity of the car. I'd much rather have a car that could take a hit, because you get certain people out there who just run into you. So I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, if you listen to past podcasts, but you get them kind of people. So I'd much rather have something with a little structure, be able to take that hit instead of being
Right.
being a tube. Kind of like you get bumped once, man, your car starts crumbling everywhere. So, but yeah, it was man nuts. I'm still in awe about it, but that's something now we got to do, and if you that's what's crazy about racing is you do something, if eventually everybody starts doing the same stuff, because if you don't do what the next guy's doing, you're going slower.
You're going backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, just like if you don't spend the money that guy's spending, you're going backwards. So it's crazy how one, it always gets taken up a notch, and then a notch, and then another
Right.
notch, then
Right.
another notch. So it's, I mean, eventually it's going to come to us cutting the cars out. I mean, them guys had to strut towers. So anyone out there think of your probably the car you're driving and right now as you're listening, everything you're sitting in's cut out. Everything's cut out. They put like a real thin piece of, or not real thin, but they got tubes all over it for support, obviously. But then they run um, kind of like late model body or whatever on it. They cut out the strut towers and leave the top ones on it. Just leave what the strut bolts to on it. You can
Wow.
move them up and down. Oh yeah, you can get all kinds of. I mean, because technically, the rules state that's got to be stock um, suspension. Well, yeah, what it bolts to. I mean, that's one of the ways to get around that rule. Technically, yeah, it is. I mean, even though if you might move it down a little bit because you're running a shorter spring or whatever, you don't even have to run a shorter spring. You could just uh, have your stock spring in it, squeeze it down, move it down, and weld it. I mean, so the car, you can get cross in it that way. That's it. See, now that's what I'm saying. Doing that
Yeah.
scaling stuff made me think completely different about the 4-cylinder cars. So it's just, I knew about it. I knew some guys were doing it. I was like, ain't no way. Because, I mean, I figured out a handling car without scales. So, and I'm in the front.
Right.
When my car's running, I'm always in the front. It's just for how long. So it's not like we're doing something wrong here. It's just, that's the stuff you got to do. But I know that this past week, go ahead, Kel. Were you saying something?
No, I was just going to say, I just remember last year when we decided to scale my car last year after Josh Dietz helped me set it up. And just doing that made me so much faster. And I was like, wow. I mean, I just didn't, I had just started racing, so I didn't know. And
Yeah.
Josh gets in there and works with the car, and then we scaled it, and man, it just made it that much better handling. So that obviously made it faster. And it's just, and he's helped me a few times this year getting it set back up, my new car, getting it set up where, and it's just every time he touches the car, man, and teaches me something new, and putting it on scales just that much faster. And
Yeah.
it's just makes
Yep.
it so much more fun because you're going faster and it's handling better, and I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're in more control. But the difference,
Right.
the difference between your car and, well, actually, your car, pure stocks, late models, any other dirt car, you have adjustment on there. You can change your springs. You can put a turn in here, turn out there.
Right. Right.
We can't. So we don't have that luxury because we're not allowed adjustable um, uh,
Right. Because you got to be
struts or
stock.
nothing. Yeah, we're not allowed adjustable struts. We're not allowed lowering springs or coil over. We're not allowed any of that. So that's what that's why we never put them on the scales before. Because what really was the benefit? Yeah, okay, that's how much I weigh. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I weigh this much. Actually, funny story. We used to go at my grandfather's salvage yard and dealership. Across the road is like a wood sales place, and they have like a scale there for like the trucks to come
Hmm.
in. Because like they'll load you up in mulch, and then they'll scale you,
Right.
and that's how
Right.
you know. Well, that's actually how we used to see how much we weighed. We used to drive across the road, check the scales, and come back. That's to make sure that. But back then there was no limit. You could weigh as less as you want, or as little as you want, rather. Now we have a limit. So, but like so you would think, oh well, these guys now who are gutting all the cars out, what's the benefit? You all got to weigh a certain amount. Well,
Right.
the thing is now, once you get all that weight out of there, you put the weight where you want it. So instead of it being, your back, in the back, across your, if your back axle. There we go. It came out finally. Um, so instead of it being back there, because what good is it back there when you want all the power and all the grip in the front? So you take out all that in the back because it's just there for just to be
Right.
there, and you put all your weight in the front. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can take all that stuff and adjust it all, but yeah.
Do,
So
do
that's
y'all have do y'all have numbers y'all have to? Y'all don't have to any specific numbers y'all have to be because y'all
for
don't even really
weight.
scale.
Oh yeah, I
That's
scout.
it. That's
Yeah,
it. Just
yeah,
one, just a weight.
yeah. Just weight. We got to weigh 22, 2,300 pound. Some
Oh,
tracks are
okay.
different. You know what I mean? I'm like 200 pound over that, but that's I got a pretty good. Now I have a really good, well built cage in the 2 door. I have the 4 door was like bare minimum. Really, I should have went a little more in depth on the cage, but I just got what the rules, bare minimum rules were, and
Right.
and I'm gonna tell you from experience, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Just
Yeah.
put the extra time in. Put get a few other bars in there. 4-point cage is pretty good, but you got to make sure you have something that goes out in front of the front halo. What I mean, weld that to the floorboard somewhere else. So it's a good structurally sound cage. If you just got four of welded on plates or something, that's not. 'Cause I had that one caving in on me. But so yeah, that was it. So we tried some of that stuff we found out on the scales this past weekend. Some of it would work, some of it didn't. It's just one of those things. But I don't know about you, Cal, how it is down there, but man, like I said, it rained everywhere around me this past weekend. Tracks didn't put a lot of water on the on the track. Talk about a dusty mother. Woo!
Oh
It,
my gosh, I hate racing in dust.
oh, I mean, it was absolutely terrible, terrible. Uh, I know at Marion Center it got so bad. Of course, I'm in there probably breathing heavier, so I don't know what I'm doing in the car half the time. I'm just hoping I make it another lap. But I was fogging up a little bit, so I cracked my visor open just a little bit to get some air in
Mistake.
there. Biggest mistake ever. Yeah, I had sand. I had dust in my eyes. I heard him shut it down, then I couldn't see again, so I had to open it back up. I'm looking down. I mean, I wish I had my GoPro in there. I mean, I totally messed botched that up. I should have had that in there, because my head was all over the place. I mean, I was down, up, to the side, trying to look up. It was crazy. But man, very dangerous, because I'm not the kind of person to lift if there's a dust cloud in front of me, because I don't know. It's just I just hey, I'm out there. I'm gonna go for it. I know it's dusty, but it got to the point where sometimes I was going through dust clouds just falling to the floor, because it was that bad. Dog Hollow was rough, and it wasn't as dusty towards the end of the race. It's yeah, okay. It started getting a little bit bad, but I don't know if it was just different because I was in second, third, but really I was in second and third at Marion Center. So, man, I'm telling you, I couldn't see nothing.
It gets kind of risky though. Going through that dust.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Just hoping nobody's sitting there
yeah,
dead stopped.
yeah, yeah. It's one of those things. I mean, I know I know some guys who've done that and it's been bad, but it's kind of circumstantial. If it's not dusty at all and there's just dust everywhere all of a sudden, yeah, probably don't do that.
Hmm.
Back off a little bit.
Yeah, don't do that.
So, but if the track's just dusty, I mean, it's just because it's dusty. But I mean, I can't say none. I'm glad we got some racing in this weekend and all that. It's just, man, it was a rough cookie. It was a rough cookie this past
Yeah.
weekend.
At this weekend, they were supposed to run that dirt road course at Brush Creek in Peebles, Ohio, but Friday they had a test session. You let everybody test it out and stuff like that if you wanted to come. And then on Saturday they were going to race the road course, and they didn't get it in because it rained too much. So I didn't actually miss that race, so that was good.
Yeah, yeah, I know you were hoping for it. You're out there.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to rain.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a picture on Facebook of you walking across the catwalk and with your phone out, checking to see if they canceled yet.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
But
Yeah, I just kept watching that, making sure they were going to cancel. When they did, I was kind of happy.
yeah, that'd have been pretty funny. You find out that you're in the crowd, and you find out that they cancel, and you jump up like yes, but everyone's thinking you're cheering for the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, on the stage.
No, I wasn't cheering for her.
Oh man, you're high fiving people. They canceled. They canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's definitely
That
something you'd do.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my drops I was going to have to use. We get 2 drops a year for our series points, and now I don't have to use one that weekend, so kind of happy.
Yeah, cool. But all right, getting into news here real quick before we wrap this one up. I know. So the Northeast was down. Like I said, in Virginia, at Winchester Speedway. Top 3 was Christopher Anderson, Austin Fetter, Matthew Duvall. I think I said Fetter or Feeder, one of the two.
Where was that at?
I just said it was at Winchester, Virginia.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Winchester.
Are you with me? Are you all right?
Yeah. I was focusing on who you said won and stuff.
Yeah. So that was $2,000. So congratulations to him. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Heard that it was a heck of a show, and yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I'll watch it. I did see some videos going around. I mean, they had a
How far is
pretty.
that track from you?
Oh, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure to be honest. I imagine probably every track's within like. Well, no, I can't say that because Jackson's like 5 hours from me. So I imagine it's probably within a 5 hour bubble. Because that's like the farthest one.
Yeah.
So I know their next race is um, at Bradford. It's north of me, probably about 3 hours. That's 2,500 to win. And then that's the July 4th. Then July 9th, they're down in Jackson. So I don't know, Kel. I might be able to come down in September, but the way it's looking right now, I don't know, boss. I don't
Why
know.
not?
Oh, if I don't got a car to come down with.
Yeah, you could run the heat race and half the feature.
Yep. Oh man. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I really got. What else you got?
Our series is racing next weekend at Portsmouth Raceway Park on Saturday night. But that new Legend Car series, that Cliff Bird that we had on last week, that they're running, they are going to race at Circle City next Friday, and next Saturday they are. Let's see next Friday they're going to go to that Circle City over there in Circle City on Friday and Sunday, and then Saturday they're going to go to Twin Cities. I think that's in Mount Vernon, Indiana. North Vernon, Indiana. That's
Okay.
where it's at. So
Yeah.
they got a few races scheduled for them next weekend. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just getting that started up.
Yeah. That's yeah, good deal for those guys and stuff. And so you'll be back at it this weekend. So you're looking obviously looking for the dub, right?
That
You
would be
or
so.
Levi haven't hasn't got. Well, I guess Josh got a uh he got a win. And I don't know if hold on, is he running the bird on the car?
We gave him the bird to put on his late model. I don't know if he put it on there yet,
Oh,
but she Ashley Tackett, she won earlier in the year, but she wasn't actually running the Blood Eagle Bird yet, so I don't know.
wait, does she have it on? Does she have it on there?
I gave it to her too, so I don't know if she put it on yet.
I didn't get no pictures. I didn't get no
I'll
pictures.
have to, I'll have to take a picture of it.
Yeah, speaking of, how did I not remember this? Speaking of Blood Eagle drivers, we got a new one, Cal. You're hearing it
We got a
live
new
right
Blood
here.
Eagle drive.
Yep. So as you know, as Cal knows, you guys don't know. I ended up after my car got totaled. I went out and I bought a junker for obvious reasons. and,
Right.
and actually, I bought it for the training, but it runs and drives. Actually, one of my old cars that I ran back in 2008, 2009. Actually, if you go on YouTube, you'll see me running that car. But my brother has been around. He's been coming to the races, helping me. Well, he finally said, and actually, I was very surprised. I didn't think he'd be interested in doing it. Last night, he says, Tyler, he says, I want to do this. I said, you think you want to do this? You race? He goes, yeah. And then I started thinking, I says, you know what? I got that other car at the house. I says, if you want to help me get that one ready, there you go. So he was down here today helping me. Called me like 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, hey, what's going on? What are we doing? What are we doing today? I'm like, well, get over here. Let's go. Let's get see what we need. Let's make a list and start going from there. So we got the seat in it and stuff, and he's got to get some belts and that. But yeah, my brother Cody, he's gonna climb in a seat for the first time, so we'll have the GoPro in there for his first time around. He's gonna probably crap himself, but that's okay.
No, that's awesome though, man. The more people we get into the sport, the better. It's just that's
Yeah,
awesome
yeah. So
seeing him. How old is he again?
he's what 18.
Okay,
So
that's good. That's good.
yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, like you said, we want to get everyone in the sport so everyone can be broke.
Right,
so
right.
so we're not the only ones broke. We get everybody broke.
Heck yeah.
But nah, it's pretty cool. And I think the one thing I stressed to him, and you can't really say this, Kel, because you never have any trouble. But I know for me, like racing, it is a hobby of mine, but it's another job for sure.
I have trouble.
Yeah, you
I
do,
just,
I guess.
I just don't have as much as you, but I do
Thanks.
have trouble.
Oh, thanks. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna have to go see
No,
it.
I'm just saying. I mean, these last few weeks, man, you just been, I mean, fixing one thing after another. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go see a psychiatrist now after you said that.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, so I totally forgot about bringing that up. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for
that's
him.
good.
It's gonna be a cool deal, and yeah, it's gonna be nice having him out there helping him, showing him the ropes. Showing him he really don't know much about. He does. This is how I know he wanted to do it. Because my mom called me, and she says, "Well, so you got your brother talked into racing?" I said, "I didn't say nothing to him." I says he came up to me and started talking to me about it. And one thing she said to him was, "You don't even know how to really work on a car." And he said, so he overheard us talking at the track because we're talking about air pressures and different
Yeah.
stuff and different offsets. Well, what do you think we should do? Well, he was listening, so he told my mom that, oh yeah, I know what air pressures do to make the car act this way, or what this does to make the just trying to, you know how we all used to do it back in the day, try to sell it to our parents so they let us do something. But
That's awesome.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
You might as well get your other brother too, and just have all three of y'all out there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I honestly, out of both of them, I thought my youngest brother Hayden would be the one to do it, but no, it was actually it was not. So but hey, if Hayden wanted to, we'd figure something out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't got you up
But-
here. I don't got you up here racing with me, so I got to find somebody.
That's right. We you're going to get a bird for your brother's
Oh
car.
yeah. You know it. I actually still don't have my decals yet for my new car. They're getting made. The guy was backed up, so he said he'll take care of me. So I
Yeah,
got a few of them made actually, few bigger ones. So.
that's cool.
But that is about 50 minutes of me talking. So
Yeah,
thanks
you pretty much ran the show this week.
for-
That's okay though. I like it when you talk because you talk better than I do. But I mean, I like hearing about all your racing this
Yeah.
weekend, and
Yeah, it's always
it just seems like to me you're getting a little bit better every week. I mean, I know you're a good driver and everything, but I'm just saying all your bugs worked out and stuff. That's good.
yeah. So that's it. That's how it is. And it's really like almost like a soap opera or something. Like, oh, I want to tune in this week to Bloody Grace podcast. Let's find out what happened to Tyler. Let's find out what broke this week. So, oh man. But all right, that's gonna be it here for this episode of the podcast. Like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in and listening to us, and showing the support. Each week we're growing, and that's awesome. So tell your friends, tell everybody about it. Check out Blood Eagle Racing on Facebook. And
Also, First Guardian.
and
Don't
First Guardian.
forget First Guardian. Cole's website's taken off, so that's good.
Yeah, that is cool. And next episode, I'm starting off with that because I actually just a few minutes ago before we came back from break, I said, okay, I'm gonna have to make sure I say First Guardian because you keep doing it. So
Yeah.
and I was just getting ready to bring that up, and you beat me to it. So next week, I'm starting off with that, Kelsey. You ain't getting me next week.
There you go. And if anybody else wants to sponsor the show too, we got some
Yeah, we're taking
some time to
donations.
throw it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll sit here just name sponsors all episode long.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll catch everybody on the next one.
Worldwide.
Thanks for listening to the Blood Eagle Podcast.